Good evening, friends and family out in YouTube world. It's your fellow alopecia princess, Jacqueline Hill Bennett. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here tonight to talk about something, a subject that is rather sensitive. It's a subject that, for some reason, me, as the self-proclaimed alopecia princess, probably should have discussed a long time ago, but somehow it wasn't on my radar. So let me preface this by apologizing to any one of you who has already seen a video that included this content. This morning, early in the morning, I made a video talking about this stuff, but the sound quality was really poor, so I decided to just go ahead and do it again. I started this channel with a really light heart. Like, I started here, all I wanted to do was make some fun wig reviews and wig styling tutorials, but then when I exposed my bald head, I think I reached a whole different audience. I reached a whole different audience of people who came because they came to my channel because they wanted to regrow their hair. So they would look at my video and then they would, start telling me, I'm trying this new treatment and this, that, and the third, and there's this new treatment that you should try. You should look into this homeopathic treatment, and they're telling me about all these different treatments, and I gotta tell you, like, it's really not what I came for, because I've been bald for 30 years. I've been without hair on my head for 30 years, and long ago, I came to accept myself as a bald woman. So that's why I started the video. I wanted the channel. I wanted to show you guys, my fun wigs. I wanted to show you guys that life goes on without hair, like after hair loss. And I wanted to take you into my world and just, inspire you guys, a lot of other alopecia princesses, to go on and live your lives out completely. Don't spend your whole life trying to regrow your hair. So, all right, let's talk about alopecia, which is funny because I guess I never really talked about alopecia. So alopecia obviously is hair loss. It is the blanket term for hair loss. Hair loss could occur for any number of reasons. We already know that. You could have traction alopecia, you could have alopecia areata, you could have the kind of alopecia that occurs when you pull your hair out. You could have drug-induced alopecia that's caused by some drug that you were taking. You could have an allergic reaction that caused your hair to fall out. And anytime any one of these situations occurs that causes your hair to fall out, the doctor's going to say, okay, sir, okay, ma'am, you have alopecia. So I probably shouldn't call myself your fellow alopecia princess, because I'm actually your fellow alopecia universalis princess, because I have no hair on my body whatsoever, which basically means that the likelihood that my hair will ever come back is like 0.00002% or null, right? So I did reach that conclusion a long time ago after spending years and years and years seeing doctor after doctor, taking injections in my head, using topical creams and ointments and things to make my hair grow back, that scarred my scalp, and that did all kind of things to me and did not even regrow my hair. Like, okay, so let me clarify that I did take the injections and they did make my hair grow back, but of course I had to go back every 10 days to have these shots. Otherwise the hair would fall right back out, because that's the nature of my kind of alopecia. It doesn't regrow. Like, even like, what am I going to take? What am I going to put, like a shampoo on my scalp and it's going to make my hair grow back? Like, that's just not happening. Like, for those of you who have alopecia areata, I think you might be able to get, and areata is like basically just alopecia in areas. So I think like areata is like the Greek term. Don't hold on to any of these words. I'm just making things up. But areata is like the Greek term for area, and you know, so you have one bald spot, and you could go to the doctor, and they could give you an injection, and it would grow right back. It would probably be some steroid, and it would grow right back. So that happens to people, and for them, the shots do work. Or you could, you know, have what is it again? Androgenic alopecia, where your hair basically is just falling out, getting thinner and thinner over time. And I think for you guys who have that situation, the minoxidil will work, or it could work, and it doesn't necessarily have to work. Some of us, you know, we try it for 20 years and our hair never really grows back, but we just keep on trying, but you know, me, I'm completely bald-headed, so none of that's really going to work for me. And so anyway, so I was on this forum the other night, and I came across this mother who had a son whose hair fell out. All his hair, all over his body, just fell out like 2 or 3 years ago. So her son is probably at this time like 11 years old, and I think when he was like 8 or 7, his hair all fell out, and she has been trying feverishly to make this kid's hair grow back. And you should have seen the letter she wrote. She wrote this letter, and it's just like, oh, thank God my other 2 boys have full heads of hair. I feel so bad for my son, and I just, you know, I've been trying like crazy to fix it, and can somebody please help me and, you know, show me the way, because I really need his hair to grow back. So that was one. And then I heard just the other day, this one girl got really mad at me because I told her that, you know, she should accept her new bald self, because that's who she is. She had been trying for so long to regrow her hair, and she's just not getting any results, that she should stop trying at this point. She should just stop trying to regrow her hair. And she got so mad at me. This girl was just like, this is not normal. We are not supposed to just accept this alopecia. It is a disease, and we should fight it with all our hearts. And I'm like, well, damn, you know, this is normal for me. I've been bald for 30 years, so this is totally normal for me. And she was so mad at me, and that mother of that boy, she completely just, she started the chat session with me, and then she just ended it. As soon as I said, you listen, you are not being fair to your son. You're dragging him to these doctor's appointments. You're not considering how damning it is for you to constantly focus so much on this kid's hair regrowth. How is he supposed to heal within himself and come to a place of self-acceptance if all he's being told is, come on, let's go fix you, let's go fix you, let's go fix you. Oh, damn, that didn't work. Let's go fix you, let's go fix you. How is he ever supposed to reach a place of acceptance? And because in truth, it may never ever grow back. Look at me, 30 years later, I still have no hair. So you got to stop telling parents, you got to stop telling your kids that their hair is going to grow back. Alopecia is one of these rare conditions where you feel great, but you look sick. So people want to fix you all the time. You've got to let your child lead the way in this journey. If they've lost all their hair and you've been trying for, you know, of course, as a parent, you're going to want to go out and help your child with whatever issue that they've had. But at some point, you're no longer helping. If you've been trying, taking them to doctor after doctor, visit after visit, shots after shots, and nothing's really working, then that helping actually turns into hurting, because you're not giving your child a chance to accept his or her new reality, and that's really unfair. because now you're just projecting your desire for your child to have hair onto your child, when I think your child might be actually smarter than you know, and that child might actually have already reached some sort of conclusion that, hey, mommy, I don't think my hair is going to grow back. Now you have to stop trying to get that hair to grow back and now work on your child's self-esteem. And by doing that, you can't be all insensitive. You can't say things like, oh, it's just hair, don't worry about it. Okay, bullshit. It's not just hair. It's hair. It is the first thing that people see before they even see your face. Like, they're looking at your hair before they even look at your head. It's crazy. It's the part of you that is pampered and praised. It's the part of you that you take care of every 2 weeks or every month you go to the salon. It's such a big part of a person. So don't just dismiss it, what they're feeling, by just saying, oh, it's just hair, life goes on. No, it's not just hair. So don't be insensitive and say that. And it's also not, it's not very nice to tell a person, listen, you got to stop stressing, because the stressing is not going to help your hair to grow back. Your child, your 10-year-old, your 8-year-old, they don't have the emotional capacity to stress to the point where their hair falls out. So, it's not stress that caused their hair to fall out, and it's not stress that's preventing it from growing back. So please stop telling them that, because you're essentially just telling them that they're responsible for their hair loss, and that if they just think hard enough, they can make it grow back, because that's a lie, and it's not a very nice one to tell. So be very, very delicate, and let your child go through his healing process. Let him cry. Let him mourn his hair loss. Let him be sad for a little while, and then after they've done that, lift them up and say, listen, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're gorgeous. And I think boys have a special situation that they have to deal with, in that they're bald, and then they also don't have the eyebrows, and a lot of times they just, more than anything, they just want their eyebrows back. So you might want to just figure out the best way to draw in some eyebrows on a boy without making it look like, they're weird and they have makeup on. There's definitely ways you can do that. And I've seen some great tattoos, and that's, of course, for the older kids. But there's things around that. And if they want to go without the eyebrows, let them go without the eyebrows, because, no fight is worth your emotional, your self-worth. Because if all you're trying to do is fix yourself, then that must mean that you're broken, right? And if you're broken, then you're not complete, right? And if you're not complete, then you don't have much to offer the world, right? So, I mean, this cycle of depression could just snowball into this huge, morph into this huge thing that just really puts you in a consistently dark place where all you can think about is your hair. And I don't want anybody to be in that place for longer than they need to be. So if you found yourself in that place for 4 or 5, 3 years, it's time to, that's why I'm here. I'm here just to talk about moving on with your life, moving past the sad place in your world, that dark area in your world where you're just trying to regrow your hair, and that's your main focus. You move past that and move into that place where you just accept your new natural self. You just accept, hey, I'm bald and I have to make the most of my life. I have to make the most of my life. Maybe I might have to wear a little bit more makeup, maybe lose a little bit of weight. Maybe I have to do those things, but life goes on. My life definitely went on. I have 2 kids. I'm married 15 years. I have family and friends who love me. It goes on, and you can't just sit there and wallow in your misery and be angry at your life, because this is your life. What are you going to spend your whole life sad and angry? No, I'm here. Your alopecia princess, your fellow alopecia princess, is here to show you that life does go on. without hair, your life can be great. And at some point, you got to give up on that dream. Parents, don't drag your kids to these appointments. Don't make them wear wigs that they don't want to wear. If your child is telling you, I don't want to go get any more shots, mommy, don't make them get the shots. And you can't want their hair to grow back so badly that it's crippling them. Anyway, I hope that I've clarified some things with you guys. It's about time for me to have my glass of wine. My doctor told me that I could have a glass of wine each night. And he suggested that I do because of my borderline cholesterol. So I'm going to take the doctor's orders. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Oh, and yeah, I restyled my Haute wig by John Renault, and this is how it came out. I think I showed you guys that already. But yeah, I'm enjoying it now, so I didn't completely waste that $200. Thanks for watching. Good night.